All right, so I'm gonna try to pull up the feed.
I'm duty bound to be here to simply say that it is your duty not to burn your own house down for anger with the
So they call in T.I. and Killer Mike to come talk to the protesters.
In times of organization, and now is the time to.
This is Atlanta. This is downtown Atlanta. The protesters are blocking the street in downtown Atlanta, and they're protesting like they're protesting the all over the country. I'm not on. You're not able to see what I titled this particular talk because I wasn't planning on coming on. But the first thing that came to my mind was the hate that the hate produced. All right. Some interesting things have come up in reference to them arresting the officer, but they arrested an officer on third-degree murder charge. What is third degree?
He casually put his knee on a human being's neck for 9 minutes as he died like a zebra in the clutch of a lion's jaw. And we watch it like murder porn over and
wow,
over.
They called it murder porn.
So that's why children were burned to the ground. They don't know what else to do.
He called it, Killer Mike called it murder porn.
To make this better, right now, we don't want to see one officer charged. We want to see 4 officers prosecuted,
right,
and sentenced. We don't want to see targets burned. We want to see the system that sets up for systemic racism burnt to the ground.
Thank you.
And as
I guess the police officers were expecting that from Killer Mike.
On Stevens, Georgia, former vice
So a loud boom is being heard on the streets downtown Atlanta near the CNN building.
Fundamental law stated that whites were naturally the superior race, and the Confederacy was built on a cornerstone. It's called the cornerstone speech. Look it up. The cornerstone speech that blacks would always be supported.
Wow.
That officer believed that speech because he killed that man like an animal. In this city,
I need to know. Shout out to the Sirius Mindz family. I'm sorry if I didn't greet y'all in a proper way, but this is just breaking news. It says small group sprays, paints, or they spraying the CNN.
I didn't say minority, and I didn't say women.
Oh, dang, she got older since the last time I saw her. Peace. You take care of your little self, okay? All right. You should watch the news right now because you might be doing this in a couple of years. All right. If that officer put his knee on your daddy's neck, okay? Why are you looking at me like that? I ain't doing nothing to you.
I'm glad they only took down a sign.
Damn, she said, "Oh my God, what's this little onesie thing you got on?"
She put on her pajamas.
I say peace to everybody. Say peace. See you later, okay?
I didn't know you were live. I thought you were going live.
I wasn't until I seen T.I. and Killer Mike.
When a man yells for his mother in the prison pain and she's dead, he's essentially yelling, "Please, God, don't let it happen to me." And we watch that. So I'm on the other side of this camera. It burns.
Yeah, that's my stepdaughter's daughter. That's Soleil's daughter's little baby. But you're right, Esmil. Third-degree involuntary manslaughter. His autopsy just came back, and they said he didn't die from strangulation, but for other complications. Bullshit. What other complications? He didn't have the complications prior to getting the officer's knee on his neck. Oh, greetings from Dubai. You called all the way from Dubai? Well, if you're in Dubai, right now, in Atlanta, it's on and popping. Right now in America, it's on and popping. There's about 18 places I know that I've counted today that are protesting.
But what I can tell you is that sit in your homes tonight instead of burning your home to the ground. You will have time to properly plot, plan, strategize, and organize and mobilize in an effective way. And two of the most effective ways is first taking your butt to the computer and making sure you fill out the census so that people know.
Oh, so Killer Mike is telling everybody to fill out the census.
Making sure you exercise your political bully power and going to local elections and beating up the
Killer Mike is now asking people to vote.
You got a prosecutor.
Now y'all know I gotta turn this shit off.
Put a new prosecutor in there.
So he's talking about putting a new prosecutor.
You want a different Senate?
I can't hear that. So now these dudes have become the new what's the name? You remember they used to call out all the pastors and the preachers to come quiet the people down, Messy Jesse and the rest of them. Stop that. I don't want to hear that shit, man. So you don't really support the people that's out in the street. Say that bullshit for somebody else, man. I'm not feeling that. Nah. Nah. Yeah, it's really disturbing, man. Now they're showing the overhead shot. This is Atlanta Police Department Mayor Press Conference. So this APD Mayor Press Conference going on right now. This is breaking news in Atlanta. I'm not sure what's going on in other cities. All right. Come on, man. So you're going to give people to vote, to put the people in to kill us? Come on, man. Nah. The vote is a goddamn scam. I'm going to just tell y'all straight out. The vote is a scam. And y'all already know that. So come on, dude.
I hope that we find a way out of it because I don't have the answers, but I do know we must plot, we must plan, we must strategize, organize, and mobilize. Thank you for allowing me some time to speak. I'd like to appreciate our chief for what she said on YouTube. I thought it was very bold to do. I'd like to appreciate our mayor for talking to us like a black mama and telling us to take our asses home. And I'd like to thank my friend for convincing me to come here. Now I'm deferring to Joe Beasley. Now he knows a hell of a lot more than me. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Wow.
I guess I'm a little fortunate.
Well, they know who to call. They know not to call my black ass to go down there and speak at the Atlanta Police Department in the mayor's press conference.
And I appreciate
You will get a whole different version of that shit.
Actually, the comments and with the group because changes here. I remember very well when we couldn't even venture in this building.
So let's
Let's
talk for a minute. So now the 46 minus 1, the orange Cheeto looking dude, can say to the world, if the protesters start looting, they're going to start shooting. So when we go out on the street to protest, peacefully protest, and the police start shooting rubber bullets and tear gas and all this kind of stuff, well, we supposed to just sit and take it? Come on, y'all. Y'all got to stop that, man. Update on the protests in Atlanta. So the commander-in-chief can say stuff like that and exacerbate the tensions between black and white and get people more angry. So now when people go out on the streets, come on, man. So you're not supposed to be mad? We here at Sirius Mindz are not telling people to go out on the street and be destructive and be violent. When we do go out on the streets and we peacefully protest, whether you hold up a sign and you chant and you show solidarity with other people that's out on the streets, why do you have to be attacked by police? A lot of people around the country are filming the protests wherever they are in their particular cities. All right. So I heard some people are not going to support and come out and protest this George Floyd's death because he had a white girlfriend. I understand how you feel. Some people say he's not going to get justice anyway. And then when they handed down his 3rd-degree murder charge, it's like, wow. But yet again, they do it to us again. 4 officers should be charged with murder, prosecuted, and sent to jail. End of the story, man. No, you're right, Quan. Obviously, peaceful protests don't work. This is a result of a long line of systemic racism. All right, people are frustrated. People are angry, And people in the back of their mind already know the same shit is going to happen over and over and over. And the dude might get off. And he might get off. You're right, Alex Little. The whole system needs to be uprooted. Man. And manslaughter is not enough, man. I could say that I'm shocked at what I'm hearing from T.I. and Killer Mike, but I'm not. T.I. seemed like he didn't want to be there in the first damn place. He was like, look, yeah. So 75 officers protected this killer's house. They show you where their loyalty lies, man. And then the president of the United States of America went on record to say, once they start looting, you start shooting. So this whole idea, Bryce Clemens, of can't we all just get along? Obviously not. You're right. Obviously not. We live in a system that is actually a police state. And the police are actually going to do what they want to do. I did an interview today, and I'm monitoring what's going on the news. I went downstairs to go get some water or something. And so they said, yo, they tearing Atlanta up. Cars are on fire. I'm like, Atlanta? I'm like, wow. So, yeah, I've been kind of glued to the TV and the internet trying to figure this thing out. Yeah, you're right. It's a face-off right now at the CNN Center right now in Atlanta. And they're doing an update now. Dr. Bernice King, Dr. Martin Luther King's other nigga. Hold on, y'all.
And destroy lives as Martin Luther King's daughter. Because I know that
this is Dr. Martin Luther King's daughter.
We really want and really get it, and not just crumbs. It's through nonviolence and peace.
Nonviolence and peace. Tell that to white people. I'm sick of Negroes and Negresses telling us to be nonviolent and all this. No, Malcolm X said what? We're nonviolent with people that are nonviolent with us. Am I right or wrong? So right now, there's a standoff at the CNN building in Atlanta. And I believe at the CNN building in Atlanta is where they're doing this mayor's press conference. And Bernice King, the daughter of Dr. Martin Luther King, is speaking now. Parade Killer Mike and the rest of these rappers in front of white people. Let them go talk to white people, the white killers of our people, man. When have you ever seen white people wilding out and they go get white rappers to go come talk to the people? And no, you're right. You're right. So black protesters can go out on the street and protest peacefully and get attacked and shot with rubber bullets, and the whole CNN crew and everybody get arrested. But yet white militia can run up in the Capitol, City Hall, State Hall, whatever goddamn hall, Study Hall, whatever the fuck, Arsenio Hall, whoever the fuck. I'm saying they could run up there with guns, automatic weapons, and nobody do jack bone. Y'all are killing me, man. So come on. So can you imagine 30, 40 armed black men with semi-automatic weapons, AKs, M4s, AR-15s, shotguns, whatever, and we run up there? Hold on for a second. Hold on.
Learn what this democracy is all about. My belief in the Constitution is whole, that we should have the right to redress our government for grievances.
This is Derek
The thing
Bozeman.
about this leadership in Atlanta, even when we disagree, they're willing to listen. And to Chief Shields tonight, the Atlanta Police Department ought to be commended. They showed an extraordinary.
So Derek Bozeman is commending the Atlanta Police
Let's
Department.
be very real here. Some of the people who were down there tonight did not come for Brother Floyd. They did not come for Ahmaud Arbery. They came there with the intent to be destructive. They came there with an agenda.
Okay, I could agree with that.
Because what was shattering a car window, breaking into a restaurant, what does that move the margin closer towards freedom? And so
So he's basically saying, what is shattering a car window and smashing out the window at CNN and breaking into a restaurant and stealing hot dog buns got to do with supporting George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery? All right. Don Paisley, I don't know you, dude. I don't know you to be bringing you on my live. I don't know you like that, man. So, and he's absolutely correct. Some people that went down there had no intentions on protesting. They had all intentions on being destructive.
the city and don't care about real freedom and real justice.
So now something's going down because they're running.
This is actually for both the mayor and Chief Shields. So it's a
they shooting tear gas.
When it comes to the police department, have been on one accord and have allowed the protesters to let their voice be heard. But at this point now, it's getting outrageous.
Wow. I see a whole lot of white protesters, y'all.
Enough is enough. You know, we're going to switch our angle.
It's enough. It's enough. That's why you need to go home. If you're trying to effectuate change, go home.
White girls
It's
in front of the camera with her fists in the air. Like,
anything else.
Yeah, you know that there are a lot of people who find there to be virtue and peaceful protest.
yeah, they're shooting everyone with tear gas. People are running and coughing.
While at the same time telling you where to go.
If you care about a peaceful protest, you're not in the middle of one anymore. So if you want a peaceful protest, go home. Organize and come back on a peaceful day. This is not a peaceful night.
Are you concerned at all about them not listening to the message and coming back tomorrow night or another night? What's your message going
The
forward?
mess they're not listening to these politicians. They're not listening to the mayor, the police chief, none of them. They're not listening to them because when we did have grievances, you wouldn't listen. They know not to call my ass. Can you imagine that phone call? Yeah, what's up? Who's this? Nah, this is Professor Griff. Who's you calling? Who's you calling for? Yeah, this is Griff. Come down where? And say something to the protesters. Oh, like what you like what you talk, like what you mean? Like, oh, help quell the violence. What kind of violence? You mean white officers killing black people? Oh, not that violence. The other violence. Like what violence? Have black protesters killed anybody down there? Oh, they smashed a couple of windows. Set some shit on fire. That's it. They didn't kill nobody though, right? Oh, okay, cool. I wouldn't suggest they do that. No, I'm not saying they should be violent, but I'm saying you got a man that just killed a black man in front of the whole world. Did y'all? Yeah, nah. So what'd you do about that? Nah. Right down in Brunswick, Georgia, my man got shot in the chest. All right, and no one knew about it for 74 something days until the dude got arrested. So you telling me to do what? Asking me to do what now? Oh nah, you got the wrong dude, man. You call Professor Griff. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. As an American, when the fuck did y'all make me an American citizen? Okay, yeah, I'm an American citizen, but when did all these fucking rights I'm supposed to have happen? Because I never got a chance to exercise any of them. And how many black people did y'all kill? And yeah, nah. If I went down there and did some shit like that, everybody that ever listened to Professor Griff or believed in what I say or as part of the family, my crew, whomever, yeah, they would never trust me again. So yeah, yeah. Do me a favor, lose my motherfucking number. All right, later. Yeah. Where the fuck you going? Oh, excuse my language. Where you gonna go? WTDS Channel 13 News. Where you going if you had a passport? Right now, if you got a passport, where you gonna go? Countries don't lock their borders. You really can't go nowhere. Trump may not let you back in this month if you try to get back. So where you gonna go? So APD moves protesters into the street. So now the Atlanta Police Department is coming face to face with people, and they're moving everyone into the street after they shot tear gas.
Killer Mike and Bernice King as well. A lot of emotion pouring out. We'll kind of recap what they have been saying over the past few minutes in just a moment. But first, we want to give you a review of what you may have missed while this protest
you got to fight the power
on.
T-shirt on.
We understand that police officers gave a final warning to the crowds, asking them to disperse prior to dispersing tear gas. So you may have noticed a little while earlier, you saw some people running towards the cameras, their heads down, maybe some people coughing, wiping at their faces. We understand that tear gas.
Yeah, you got to find a place in Africa that's going to accept you biracial B.
And some haze there in the background. So a big.
It ain't open like you think it is.
That are out there. You see
and
them,
plus, you got to move the Chinese people out the way. Find you a comfortable
trying
place.
To get the crowd to disperse.
And some Negroes.
That has all been going on as this news conference has been unfolding with the mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms. The main message from her is to go home. She said that very strongly, go home, go back to wherever it is that you came from, that what is being done in the streets of downtown Atlanta right now is not conducive and it is not a reflection of our city.
I think human family, period.
From TI, from Dr. Bernice King on to Mayor Bottoms is the historic perspective of what protests have been like in Atlanta historically. All of them say.
Wait a minute. What is it me? Help me out. Is it me or all of these people that just spoke? Are they not tapping into the sentiment of the people? I saw that too. Did y'all see the white supremacist cop that was busting out windows? And they caught him on film. They caught him on tape. No, you're right, Bryce Clemens. I couldn't have said that better myself, man. Fight or flight. Just remember, a coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier died but once. So, Rob, I forgot his name, Rob, that was on there last night. He was absolutely correct. Agent Provocateurs. Coming dressing like the people, but setting fires and busting out windows. And he's a cop. Wow. So the white undercover cop was looting too? Wow. This shit is made from the movies, man. You can't even make this shit up. Seriously. You're right, Layla Smith. You're absolutely correct. I'd rather fight on my feet than die on my damn knees, man. Or die with somebody else's knee on me. Shit. So these brothers are coming face to face with police, man, and women. Wow. All right, we're gonna have to block you, dude. That's not. We don't even do that on this platform like that, man. Shadow boxing. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that, man. So his name is Jacob Peterson, you said? Jacob Peterson was the undercover white supremacist cop busting out windows and setting fires. Walaikum salam, good brother. Random-ish TV. Walaikum salam. Thank you. Still just Smith. I'm glad they out on the front lines. I don't think they were set up, the CNN crew. But yeah, I think suing in might sue the police department because that was just uncalled for. If I could just post a link, I'd give you the article. His ex-girlfriend spotted him. Yeah, we know. We got the information. Somebody sent it to me. And then I think the girlfriend of George Floyd spoke up and spoke out. What did she say? Hold on for a second. Hold on, fam.
In front of the CNN Center to in front of this intersection right here. And you've got this kind of standoff between police. People are protesting, and they have to understand that because that could easily be them being murdered by a white cop. And who's going to do what? And between protesters right here. Now, let me talk about this escalation. Oh, that crack. I mean, she said, forgive the cop. About 4 o'clock, a little bit before 4 o'clock this evening. What started was what you saw. See, this is what we mean, racism, white supremacy. Filling the streets of downtown Atlanta. They marched from here near Centennial Olympic Park to the state capitol, stayed there for a little bit, and then came back here to this area. It was after some of that crowd returned. You right now, Quan. You started to see a shift. That's when you started to see just a few arrests starting up. But then later that evening, that's when you really started to see that escalation. I know that you've seen those images. And they said more people are going downtown. Into windows broken, defacing the sign. I want to kind of try and see if we can get a glimpse over here. So now they're saying, George. There, what we're seeing is a more. Now the city of Minneapolis is saying that George Floyd had a heart disease and hypertension, that the knee and the neck didn't kill him. See, these crackers are forming it already now. See how slick that tongue is? Demons, man. Devils. So as the nighttime has come, we've seen this situation continue. Professor Griff, the headline, Red Floyd protests break out across several cities nationwide. Yeah, I'm watching one of them. Protest in the name of George Floyd or Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor. These are people who came out here with the intention of doing some of the damage. I've got to say that one of the things that was the most shocking through this evening was, as I know how convenient, right? Safe distance. We looked over there, we saw smoke start to erupt, and we saw flames. We saw that police car go up in flames. That's really what. Oh damn! I see a couple of people I know in the crowd. Evening, guys. We saw those flames coming. Damn, dude! I just thought you was Uncle Tom. I didn't know you had it in you. Armored vehicles, and soon after that, we saw them kind of slowly inch this perimeter further forward. Now it almost kind of seems right now that we're at this kind of a standoff point, just kind of a pausing point. We see police there standing with their shields in front of the protesters. Nothing going on between them. We don't see anything being thrown. We don't see any of the gas that was thrown just a few moments earlier. We see them just standing and kind of facing off against each other. But as you know, I'm not here to pontificate. I'm not here to get into any deep science about anything. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm tapping into the sentiment of the people, man. I'm not here to get all goddamn intellectual. I'm not here to get over emotional either. But I'm saying to you, I'm trying to keep a level head through my, because I'm feeling what they feeling. I'm feeling what y'all are feeling. So all of these people coming on this platform with this bullshit, man, save that for your ass get blocked. We not in the mood for that shit today, for real. Asking me to get deep about what? This ain't the time to be fucking deep. Open the thesauruses and shit.
Fuck. As one reporter asked in that press conference about the possibility of more people coming out at a later time. The mayor said, yes, she was indeed concerned about that. As we've seen in Minneapolis, it wasn't just a one-night thing. And so as we're witnessing this, we have to anticipate that it could indeed happen again.
So how is CNN fueled the fire?
Now on the ground from a different location to give us perspective from your area. Ryan, where are you tonight?
Yeah, so Aisha,
pre-existing conditions is they're out from the first degree to third degree murder.
About
Wow.
15, 20 minutes ago, there was a final announcement over the bullhorn that they were telling crowds to disperse.
Pre-existing conditions are propaganda and lies. Thank you, Callie. G.
Into the crowd. And it wasn't long after that they did end up firing that tear gas. You saw just hundreds of people running away at that point in time, running down to our location. Where they fired it was over down Marietta Drive, kind of in the area where the CNN Center meets the Omni Hotel.
So it says tear gas deployed into crowd of protesters.
Putting saline solution into their eyes, pouring milk over their faces, which is one of the things that does help. And one of the things that, we were, even as far away as we were.
You're right, the fire has been fueled
being here in the area,
for 400 and some odd years.
Your eyes really start to water. And so it really became very difficult for everybody. Soon after that, we do apologize for some of the vulgarity that you're seeing. So soon after that, we did notice, I think we saw that with Blaine's.
I'm telling you, man, y'all better get trained up.
All of the
get them things. I'm telling you, man.
Started moving closer. It's a well-organized line.
These people are not going to stop.
Farther down the street until they ended at that intersection. There at the intersection of Marietta and Centennial Olympic Park. So
all that I've survived in my life,
here,
I'll be damned if I die under the goddamn knee of a white cracker, white supremacist cop. That ain't gonna happen.
People did go home, but
nah.
As we're starting to see, it has continued to go on, and more and more people are.
No, you're right.
Here.
Samara Moore.
Many of them yelling at,
it was murder. Period. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Nothing.
Most of the
murder.
Police officers are.
Because if I would have done that, wouldn't they would charge me with first degree murder? At least second degree.
After that, what we see is a lot of people still kind of standing
Kino 49, I don't know you, man, for you to be coming on my video, bro.
It appears. This was the first time we had heard multiple times from police over loud.
Respect, man, but I don't know you like that, man.
Telling people they would start moving in to make arrests. I think the first time we heard it was at about a little bit after 6 o'clock. None of that really happened. It was the first time. It was maybe 9:30 is whenever they finally did take some sort of
tear gas being deployed into crowd of protesters.
You could really smell it even a block and a half away. It just
so I'm seeing white, Asian, black, male and female. Somebody got a Tupac shirt on. Any person in America that kills a cop gets first degree murder. The same should be for racist cops who kill black men and women. Exactly. Exactly. Hold on.
Behind that line of police officers and law enforcement.
So now they got the military out
and we did
supporting the police officers, coming back behind the police officers. To support the police officers. So it must be the National Guard. Y'all better start taking note, man. This is military science. Watch and see how they do things.
We haven't heard any more warnings that they're going to.
So right now in front of the CNN building downtown Atlanta near Centennial Park, all right, black people are protesting. And so the police are out in force, squaring off with the protesters and the...
I come out here because my son had got his arm broken by the city of Atlanta police over a year ago. And he's suffering with that mental problem with police now. And they did not do anything about the 3 officer that broke his arm. And he stayed in a cast for a while, and he stayed at Grady Hospital. And he's going through some suffering with his problem with police because they broke his arm and they covered it up through the city of Atlanta. We went through
this is why
city council
people are angry and mad and they downtown tearing shit up because of this woman's testimony right here, how police officers broke her son's arm and then they covered it up.
Awful and breaking his arm. And in the video, it's covered up where the officers is covered up where they cannot see how they broke his arm.
You wanted to come out of here for some solidarity, or?
Yeah, this is why I came out here for the protest, because they have the right to do protesting, but in a peaceful way, not violent. I don't recommend violence, but to get their point across.
Yeah, I think protesting is working now. Mr. Chip Coleman, whoever you are, you may not want to protest, but people gonna protest. So it ain't never worked for who?
I need help with that. It's trying to get them officers. It's 3 of them that broke his arm, and this is why I'm out here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you talking to
I support the protest.
Again, you can
protest.
See, there's still a lot of
it's better than
people,
some of your fucking cowards staying home doing nothing.
Fire that tear gas not too long
If the people feel the need to be out and voice their opinion, to let the city, every city know, let them come on out.
Still wanting to try to get a message across. I just talked to.
If protesting ain't your thing, then don't protest. Do something else. But what you do is you don't even protest, and then you don't do shit.
He doesn't want the message to get lost. He doesn't want people to kind of lose that message that there are so many people who just that this was the best.
That's right. We don't speak the same language.
The best way.
That's the only way somebody gonna understand you. Is you speak their language.
Who have been here for hours, and there are a lot of people who are kind of pushing back towards the Ferris wheel right now, still standing out here because they still want to be part of this, and they still want to see what's going on. We haven't seen any more vandalizing. We have seen a little bit of trash come out here, but it has still calmed down a little bit.
Keno was good. I remember that.
Today where people were vandalizing the restaurants there. But there is still
Peace
that
was
line
good, King.
there right now, as you're seeing people again still holding up signs, still protesting, still in front of that line of officers right now. And it doesn't really look like a couple of people that I've talked to here tonight have said they're going to just go until they can't go anymore. And so it'll be interesting to see how the next couple of hours play out.
All right, Hope, thank you so much. Let's kind of do a reset.
So these people
right
talk
now.
about they shouldn't
We're
protest.
about
What do you suggest that they do? That's just a question I'm asking. Because I'm hearing y'all talk about they shouldn't protest. They shouldn't be out there.
Nighttime.
What should they do?
And we have seen the situation
Help me out.
escalate or deteriorate, if you will, as the evening has gone on. Not too long ago, we heard a loud boom, which we understand to have been tear gas being deployed. That came after Atlanta police officers gave a final warning, trying to get the crowd to disperse. We saw people running and moving away from that line of officers, coughing, there's smoke in the air in the background, people covering their face. But throughout the day, we do know that some people seem to have come prepared for this. We saw people with milk earlier in the day, which is something that people can use to try and combat.
People are going to protest. All right. If you suggest something else that they do, let me know, and I'll let everybody else know. All right. But those of y'all that say that they shouldn't protest and protest never did this, that, and the other, when's the first and the last time your ass protested about anything?
That people are feeling, and it was very interesting to hear the perspective of Charlene, who Hope talked to, because a lot of people are saying, I've been personally impacted in some way, or a loved one. So a lot of people are protesting on behalf of other people who may feel like these recent stories that have been big in the headlines have impacted them in some way in the past. Now, we haven't given you guys this live picture you're seeing right.
Remember, Griff, over 200 cities went up in flames in the 60s. It scared them to death to know that they couldn't pin it down. Leaderless and spontaneous. Seeing it right, you're right. They went to the cop's house and they sent 75 police officers to protect this man's house, man. $75 officers. You're right, Frank Muhammad. This is the fall of America. It's been falling for a minute. I'd like to give it a big shove, though. Hold on.
And this is where we heard that big boom that happened out there a little while ago when they gave that final warning and then sent off the tear gas. And we see officers still in place, just really, holding their ground. Atlanta police have been extremely patient, but responding to the mood of the crowd every time this thing seems to escalate.
This brother is standing here with a sign. It says, "Stop killing us."
Direction.
Some of y'all see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with that.
Not everyone.
So if he say it there, I say it here, you say it, we all say it. Okay, we all in the same thing. Like minds, like mine. All right, let's garner some energy and force these other people that are in a position to speak to these people. Speak to them.
I did want to mention that throughout the day, we have seen the crowds sort of go their own way. There might be one group here, another group there, and this may be another situation like that right now, where there is a group near where our Hope Ford and Ryan Kruger are, and this fire may be going from another vantage point. We're showing you 2 looks at that fire live right now. And, one of the other big fires that we saw earlier this evening, if you're just joining us, was in Atlanta.
Malik Allah, peace to the God. What's good with you?
Fire. We also know that there was one Atlanta police officer who sustained.
So right now in Atlanta, protesters are squaring off, or something is on fire near the CNN building, downtown Atlanta, near Centennial Park. It says tear gas being deployed into a crowd of protesters. And the protesters don't look like they're going anywhere anytime soon. All right, we heard Killer Mike, we heard T.I. Hold up, something's going down.
Haven't heard of any other.
We heard Killer Mike, we heard T.I., we heard Bernice King, Dr. Martin Luther King's daughter. All right, and they spoke. And I'm not hearing them having the sentiment of the masses of the people. Oh, it's a car fire near the CFB Hall of Fame.
When we saw maybe a little bit of shoving back and forth, but now things have certainly taken a turn, and this is the type of thing that they do not want to see, destruction of property as that continues.
So they don't want to see the destruction of property, so they're arresting people now. So let's understand something. In these kind of situations, if you don't understand and keep your finger on the pulse of the people and speak up for the people, then who are you for? Who you with? Wasn't that a song? Who you with? Who you with? Who you with? So if we had grievances prior to this and we took it through the proper channels and we still don't get justice, come on. Well, they're showing an aerial view now. Something is on fire. So as plain as day, like we saw with the Rodney King situation, we saw these officers hold the brother down and one with his knee on his neck and snuff the brother's life out. And now all of a sudden, you want to go find T.I. and go find Killer Mike and Bernice King and drag them over to do a press conference with the mayor. And nobody has empathy and sympathy for the people. Hold on. Crowd has damaged at least 9 APD cruisers. So they've damaged 9 police cars.
Perspective, we are going into the 6th hour of this protest.
Oh, they started 6 hours ago. Damn.
10 o'clock hour, we will be going into hour 6 of this happening. Can't say that the crowd has necessarily gotten larger, but it's definitely gotten more intense with approach, J Bell.
Yeah, and I know this has
protests have always worked to some degree. When's the last time your ass been in a protest?
Approached and
what do you mean work? Like work? What do you mean? When's the last time a protest worked?
A comment.
Talk to me. Like, what do you mean? When's the last time a protest worked? What do you mean by a protest working? Like, what is it supposed to do in your eyes? Can somebody help me answer this question for dude over here? When is the last time armed white militia rolling up on the Capitol? What was that supposed to prove? When's the last time that worked? Help me out. I just want to know. When you say when's the last time protests worked, I'm a child of the 60s. The protests worked. Colin Kaepernick, one person along with then 24, I believe 24 other players took a knee. It worked. It got the world's attention. All right. This is getting the world's attention. Loud boom heard in the streets. Oh.
For first responders to get there and address those fires as well.
It's interesting that it's not the source of a major crowd. It looks like it may be a couple of people walking over there. Maybe the fire got their attention, but it doesn't seem to be the source.
I'm waiting to hear Brother Man's answer. Well, y'all have your own way of protesting. Do the economic protest. Some people want to be out in the street and let their voices be heard. Some people want to hold up signs. Okay. Protests have always worked to a degree. What do you want to happen? What's your end game though? What's your end game? What is your end game? If you come in on the platform talking about protests don't work, what's your end game? Some people are not cut out to protest. Some people are cut out to protest in other ways. Yeah, bro, you got to spell them words right. I don't know what you're talking about. Some people that are out there didn't come for the protest. They came for something else. I'm just asking y'all, if you're not going to protest, why you want to stop the people that want to protest? Why you want to stop them from protesting? If you don't want to protest, then don't protest. Shit. If you want to stay home and play armchair revolutionary, if you want to stay home, all right, and play video games and shit while people are protesting, when it comes time for the cop to kill you, all right, what do you want us to do? Because that could have easily been you or your brother, all right, with that knee on your neck. What are you going to want the people to do when the cops snuff out your life? So they protesting in Charlotte also? Can somebody confirm that? So you met me with sort of, you know what we need to do. I know what we need to do. And you're right, we can't say it on here, but yeah. How come these people that come on here won't go and tell white people that? Y'all don't need to rip and tear up the city after the hockey game, after they win the Stanley Cup and shit. Yeah, y'all don't need to burn up. Yeah. Ray, 1986, what's good? Charlotte is at it. Damn. These people need to know, man, you just can't kill us and just, I mean, listen, people are frustrated and angry, man. Nah, eat the soul. Peace. Peace, King. What's good with you? If another motherfucker come on here talking about don't burn down your own community, shut the fuck up. What the fuck do black people own anyway? What do you own? Talking about your own community. No, you live in a goddamn neighborhood. You don't even have a fucking community. Don't burn down your... What the fuck are they supposed to burn? They're at the fucking CNN building. These are fucking cowards. These are the same Negroes that ain't never protest shit. When you get mad and angry, you do some shit. You're not going to sit around and watch people just die on social media and everything just be everything. And you're going to tell somebody don't burn down their own community. Name 5 things you own in your community, dude. You don't own the liquor store. You're still paying the mortgage on the church. You don't own the grocery store, nor the bank, nor the school, nor the hospital. What's your community? I'm waiting on an answer, man. Stop this don't burn your own community shit down. I'm going to take some of you boot-licking ass, Uncle Tom ass niggas. I'm going to get a crowd of y'all together that's on here, and I'm going to take y'all and let y'all go talk to white people. So what do you mean our community? Until it's truly our community, then I can respect that, bro. It ain't our community. We have a community. We have a neighborhood that we live in, hood, in someone else's community. When you talk about community, find out what that word means before you come on here using it. We don't own none of these things I just mentioned in the community. Don't burn down your own community. When they was protesting, resisting in Baltimore, the soldiers came out to protect the black stores. Was your ass there? Right now, if that shit spill over into the areas I know where black people own business, especially people that I know, I'm calling my crew and we going down there strapped. You're not fucking with black businesses. Not none that I know. I know that's a double negative. But I'm saying, you know the business is not to fuck with. So kill that all bullshit that y'all talking about. Don't burn down your own. Take that shit somewhere else, man. Damn, somebody said you on some Michi X shit tonight. Take that shit somewhere else, for real. You talking to the wrong dude. Don't burn down your own community. You don't own shit. You don't own a motherfucking shoestring factory. If white people stop making toilet tissue, what would you wipe your ass with? You don't own shit. Talking about your own community. You don't own. What the fuck did you build in the community? Nothing. Nothing. Ali D, you're absolutely correct. So the police can come in our community and kill us and get away with it. What happened to protecting the shit in your own community? What happened to not burning down shit in your own community? All right. Where's your militia that's going to stop the cops from killing us for nothing? I don't give a fuck if the $10, $20 bill, whatever he had, was this motherfucker making money in his backyard, in his basement. You know how many times I ran across and held money up to the light and shit was fake? I ain't making this shit in my goddamn basement.
Those barricades, they're not walking forward right now.
All right, so they picked the damn barricade. The protesters picked the barricade up and moved them. Moved them to Buckhead or some shit. But anyway, I didn't want to come on tonight. I just said to myself, I got to say something to the people. If I can't be there, let me at least be here and let y'all know what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? I swear, man. I wish I could get my hands. Let me be nice. This is Professor Griff for Serious Minds, RNTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Shout out to the people that's protesting. Keep doing what y'all doing. Protesting until it's heard around the world. These images are going to go around the world to let people know, man. You're just not going to kill us and get away with it, man. We're going to respond. Plain and simple. It's Professor Griff, man. I love y'all to life. All right. If it's going down tomorrow, all right, I'm gonna try to be on the scene. All right. But if not, I'll be here letting y'all know what's going on. All right. Love y'all to life, man. And yeah, let's see how this thing unfolds. Thank y'all everyone for the comments. Really appreciate y'all. All right. If y'all want to donate to independent media, hit me on the Cash App, $ Professor Griff. I really appreciate y'all. Love y'all to life. Make sure you'll get the Energy Code album, man. Professor Griff, the Energy Code. Columbus, Ohio protesting. North Carolina, Charlotte's protesting. LA protesting. Chicago's protesting tomorrow. Atlanta's on fire now. All right. All right. Love y'all to life, man. I'm out of here, man. Night. Eat the soul. Peace, man. All right, Quan, Alex. Y'all take care. Really appreciate y'all, man. Frank Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. Love you, fam.